Welcome to the father and son.
Hi guys, and welcome to the review of the WrestleMania that's just come up.
Yep.
I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. It was a very, very, very long night.
Yes.
I think they really should do a British pay-per-view to say sorry for the amount of times we have to stay up. Over in America, it starts at 7 o'clock and finishes at 10 o'clock. I could handle that. Starting at 12 o'clock and finishing 5 o'clock in the morning.
So difficult.
Shattering. But yes, we got through it all. Very good pay-per-view. Some good parts and some down parts. Obviously, you're looking at like nearly 6 or 7 hours, at least 4 hours of constant wrestling.
Yeah.
It's just too much to take in, but it's a good one. And the predictions have been sorted, and the yearly punishment was actually now both of us have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So we both have to do it because it was a complete draw at the end of it, 6-6. But Jack did get the last win with the WrestleMania predictions win, so he is the new predictions champion.
Yes, I am the new prediction champion going into the next pay-per-view. I think it's a SmackDown only pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Backlash.
We're going to. There is a pay-per-view coming up.
Yes.
It's the Greatest Royal Rumble. Mm. What we're going to do is a little bit different, because what we'll do is we'll just pick it on the day. So we'll just, out of a hat, pick it. We will do a video of us picking it as the actual pay-per-view comes on. Because I think it's going to be during the day for us.
Yeah.
Because it's
in Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia, and I think they're not too far off our time scale. So yes, we will get on to the actual WrestleMania review. We started the obviously it was the kickoff shows. And the first kickoff show was the men's Andre the Giant's Battle Royal.
Mm-hmm.
Good. It was good. It's really weird because through the whole of this, they've been hyping up the fact that it's going to elevate someone's career.
Yeah. And
they actually gave it to, in the end, Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
And we all said it was going to be. I think
Big
most
Show.
of us said it was going to be Big Show because of the Andre the Giant special that aired on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So it was good to see that, because obviously, Andrew, you also brought into it. You brought now. I don't know if he's going to be called Woken Bray or what.
There's something going on with Sister Abigail. I think he's going to be Sister Abigail, or he's going to try and play that character, but he's going to play it alongside Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be kind of shades of how he was with the Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, obviously the Bludgeon Brothers. Now,
they did say that like loads of people have all said that they want the old Bray Wyatt back from NXT, the spooky one, not the weird special effects guy. But
I think alongside with Matt Hardy, he would do really well. And with Jeff Hardy as well, or Brother Nero, whatever.
Brother Nero, if he's come. We don't know what's going to happen yet.
I mean, he could go single and just have Jeff Hardy, and then you could have Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy as Brother Nero and probably Sister Abigail, or Brother Wyatt or something like that.
Brother Wyatt. Sounds like a religious show. It's Brother Wyatt, hallelujah, hallelujah. So, next.
So weird. Right, moving on,
we had the Cruiserweight. This was really good because it gave them chance to actually hype up now what's been going on 205 Live over the last couple of weeks, months. They're really doing a really good job. It was brilliant to see that, they gave them time, because it was a kickoff show. They had a little bit more time. If that was on the match, it wouldn't have had as much time. But
it probably would have had 15 minutes at the least.
Yeah, I was going to say this should be called, renamed, instead of WrestleMania, it should be called the Spanish Fly Mania. Because how many Spanish flies were there? There was 2 in this, a top rope one, and a bottom on the ground. Then didn't Asuka and
Asuka done one from the top rope as well.
absolutely mental. But it's good to see them do more high-flying moves.
Yeah, especially the 205 Live, because that brand is literally for people that can just dart around the ring.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's good to see. And it excites the fans as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But this match, this is where I picked up my first point of the night, as I went with Cedric Alexander for the win, and he picked up the win, and you went for Mustafa Ali. And I think that is the actual thing that won me the WrestleMania, because that's the only one that we actually got right, because every other match we either got wrong or we picked the same, so we both got a point.
Yeah, very. So then we go into obviously the third kickoff show was the women's battle royal. It was really weird this, because I was looking at the time and I was actually thinking to myself, well, is this not going to get time to finish?
Yeah.
Because I think it started at like quarter to like sort of quarter to 12, yeah. So I was thinking, is this going to actually like sort of get round to being finished off? But it was good. They got a lot of NXT women there. That was good, because it opened up the door to NXT, giving it a bit of a platform. Where the men's, there wasn't that many NXT. I was expecting a lot more.
Yeah, I was expecting someone like Andrade Cien Almas to come. You know, maybe someone like No Way Jose.
Riot Squad, not the Riot Squad. Sorry,
Velveteen Dream. Sanity possibly.
Velveteen Dream could have done a turn up. Yeah,
but yeah.
So that was a good one, and obviously we thought it was going to be Sasha Banks. She was close to the end of it.
She was in the final three.
But obviously she got eliminated by Bayley. Then Bayley turned around and she was going, "Yeah, I won! Big hugs!" And then all of a sudden turned around and saw Naomi standing there, and Naomi just went, "Poof!" Yes. Out the door you go.
So this really pissed off a lot of fans. It pissed off me, because why Naomi won just didn't make any sense. She doesn't need the win.
No.
It was just so pointless. You know, it was a waste of everyone's kickoff show, and it's the same with the Memorial Battle Royal. It seems like it's just a memorial to Andre the Giant, and it's fantastic that he is, because you know he was a legend, and what happened to him was very sad. But you know the matches themselves are pointless. Obviously, the memorials, like I said, are good, but the matches are just pointless. You know, the women's one especially could have gone to someone from NXT, because they could have propelled their career. You know, say Nikki Cross, she's probably the next person to go for the NXT Women's belt if she doesn't get up in the Superstar Shake-Up. She could have won this, and that could have propelled her on NXT to go for the title again. Why not do something like that?
Yeah.
They just missed out on that one, and kind of messed themselves over.
Yeah. You know what? I've always said this, right? The problem at the moment is that when they bring the NXT stars up, they don't really know too much about them. I would love it if the NXT champion, as in Alex the Back at the moment, if he has the right to wrestle on either Raw or SmackDown. So they have to shake up. They suddenly go, Aleister Black is the next call up for Raw, say for instance, and everybody goes, what? He's got the title?
Yeah.
It will cause a lot of like, wow, what the hell's going on here? He's still got the title. He's not defending it yet. That shows you can have the brand then show NXT as something different.
Yeah.
So
you know, you could, if Raw's a 3-hour show, so you could have, you know, Raw, you could have NXT for that hour and have Raw for the other two, something like that.
Well, hopefully they might get it on like sort of mainstream TV, because the deal I think is coming up now. As it was reported over the weekend, it's now been confirmed that WWE have been bought by Disney. So obviously,
so it was real.
Yeah. So obviously, we'll see what happens with that. Everything's staying in its same positions. They're not going to get rid of anybody. They're not going to get Stephanie or Triple H or anybody like that. They're still running the business, but as a whole, it's the money now isn't Vince's. It's not Vince's money that goes into it. It's obviously Disney.
Yeah.
So you won't see Mickey Mouse versus Donald Duck or anything else like that.
I was going to say, if they have like an actual say on what happens in Raw, I was like, please, because they kind of come out with some crap gimmicks of just these random, you know, Donald Ducks and people like that. But
so on to the fourth was the Intercontinental Championship. Very good match. I think this was one of the matches of the night, really. It was absolutely brilliant. All all three competitors really pushed it out there. Miz, we've said this in the past on the show, he is gold. The Intercontinental Champion has been elevated so much these days, probably because of our Raw. This is Raw's heavyweight belt is being
Never on the show.
fucked over by a stupid big lump of human excrement called Brock Lesnar. Go back to the UFC, get your ass kicked there, and then I don't want to see you ever again. I'd even like Bobby Lashley to take the belt off him as being
People have said that.
that would be brilliant.
Yeah, so you went for the Miz,
Yes.
and I went for Finn Balor. And none of them actually won the match, and
It
got
was
the belt. Was Seth
freaking
freaking Rollins.
Rollins,
Yes.
Mr. Monday Night.
Yeah, Monday Night Rollins is back in action, and I really kind of regret this. I should have gone with Seth Rollins because I think he's going to do really well with this Intercontinental belt, and I hope that at the Greatest Royal Rumble he doesn't lose it to the Miz. That will kind of be a bit of a downgrade because you've hyped him up so much. You know, on that Monday after WrestleMania, the fans are crazy, and the reaction they had when Seth Rollins came out, you know, the burn it down, they screamed was so loud, and you know they were crazy on Raw and that night, and Seth Rollins, I hope he will retain it and keep it going for a little bit while until Miz has gone, you know what, I'm ready to take it back if they give him the option.
Yes, very good. Like I say, I honestly, I was between the Miz and Seth Rollins. I thought to myself that Finn Balor wouldn't really be up for it because I think they want to push him more for the Universal belt if it ever gets off that piece of... Anyway, but yeah, it was a good one. Yeah. And then we had the fifth one was the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Yeah,
very good.
Yeah, it was Charlotte Flair obviously versus Asuka, and wow, this was a shocker. This is a real shocker. My heart.
I think everybody stood in. Yeah. We were sitting there going,
for about 20 seconds. It was crazy
because we never saw this coming. We thought they're bigging up this streak so much, and I honestly thought sooner or later it was going to be taken by Ronda Rousey. Yeah. That's the rumours that was going around, but WWE swerved us again.
Yeah, wow, it was crazy. Again, this match in itself was fantastic. Probably the one that, for me, in fact, stole the show because no one expected it to happen. No one expected Charlotte Flair to actually beat Asuka, and we finally got the reason why they wanted Charlotte Flair to win, and then obviously beat Asuka's streak, and that will come when we record SmackDown. But yeah, this match was crazy. We both obviously went for Asuka because we both thought that Asuka was going to win.
They bigged it up too much. They was keep on talking about this. If they hadn't spoke about it in a long time, I probably would have went for Charlotte. But because there was like bigging it up, and I was thinking, they're going to make a big thing out of like sort of Asuka's streak.
Yeah.
But no, they didn't.
I mean, Charlotte Flair is probably the best female wrestler at this moment that could have been the one to take over from, to beat Asuka's streak. So yeah, all around a great match. So then we moved on to another SmackDown match, and this was for the United States Championship match. It was between Randy Orton, the champion at the time, versus Bobby Roode versus Jinder Mahal versus Rusev. So you went for Rusev on this one, and I went for Bobby Roode to take it back off Orton. And both of us got that wrong as the modern day Maharaja. Jinder Mahal actually took the belt, and again this shocked
Mr. No Drugs.
Yes, this shocked both of us as well because none of us expected Jinder Mahal to take it. I mean, you said at the match you should have gone for Jinder Mahal because of the Indian tour that WWE are going to go on again.
But the only reason I never thought that they'd go with him is purely because of the fact that over the last couple of years they've really felt that they've lost it with him. So, and
I think they've lost it with people not having the United States belt. Like, people that aren't, Rusev when he first won the US belt, he was very against the United the US belt itself, and that's how John Cena and him had that match, and that actually really pissed off the fans. And people hated Jinder Mahal when he was the main look at SmackDown, and that's why I didn't go for Jinder Mahal, because he would have really pissed people off, especially the American fans. If an Indian wrestler, I know they're not racist over there, not all of them anyway, but that he would have really pissed them off. And I think they've only done this for that Indian tour, but at the Greatest Royal Rumble, I reckon Randy Orton's going to take it back off him.
Probably, yeah.
Because they aren't hot on Jinder Mahal. No one likes him.
And then we go on to the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Usos, the champions, versus New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers.
Let's just say something. Yep. Squash.
Oh no, it's coffee actually.
Wow.
But yes, it was the Bludgeon Brothers. We said this was going to happen anyway. We both said it, and yes, it was correct. The Bludgeon Brothers took the belts off them. Not a lot we can say about this. The New Day and the Usos wrestled really well. They've obviously done it because they want somebody to go against the Bludgeon Brothers, and it could be. I think it would be nice to see where they go in the shake-up.
Yeah, I think they might stay.
I think they will, but it'd be nice to see if someone comes across, because
maybe the Authors of Pain might come up, or they might stay on Raw. Sanity could come up from NXT or something like that. But yeah, this was a match that we all know, and this is where I got my second point and you got your first point. And this was just an easy match for us to predict, because we've all seen leaked things of the Bludgeon Brothers winning at WrestleMania. So and they're so destructive at the moment. No one's going to stop them, especially not the Usos or New Day. So
Yes.
Talking about let's
segue
move on to the next match.
Segue. Yeah, it means like sort of moving on to the next thing.
Shut up. Right. So we have Daniel Bryan. The next match was Daniel Bryan and the returning Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Now the stipulation for this match was that if Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon beat Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they lose their jobs on SmackDown Live. They do not lose their jobs from WWE. They lose their jobs just from SmackDown. So, and then if Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon didn't win, that means Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn would be reinstated in SmackDown. So, great to see Daniel Bryan back in the ring once again.
Still on squeaky bum terms with it, because every time I see him does a hedge, where every time I see, and the worst thing is, I know it's bad because the WWE is saying sell this and sell that. Like, he hurt his knee on SmackDown, but we'll get more into that when we do the SmackDown review. And he also banged his head, and he was grabbing his head like that. I was like, oh my god, please let this be an actual storyline. It scares me because the guy's got a family now. Yeah. He's got kids.
Well, he's got a kid.
He's got one. Yeah. But he's such a brilliant wrestler.
He's not such a calm guy in real life as well.
He's not done anything to get the fans on his side, like Roman Reigns has tried to sort of get the fans.
The fans it's the fact they love him.
Yeah, he's just an indie darling.
He's a sound guy. That's all he is. And he's a role model for everyone. You know how John Cena's a role model for kids.
Yeah.
Well, Daniel Bryan's a role model for everyone because he's worked so hard to get onto the scenes at WWE and to come back from that injury again. He's had to work so hard. But again, I reckon you had mixed emotions about this match because they keep doing this thing where they have this person injured, something really bad happens, and they get stretched off or taken off, like it happened at Royal Rumble with Brock Lesnar. He was taken out of the arena. And you don't really like that, do you?
No, not really. It just, like you say, what problem we had is we had Shane McMahon, sweaty bollocks Shane McMahon, grabbing his stomach every time there was a punch to the stomach. And we waited so long to see Daniel Bryan, 3 years to see him in the ring.
And
Finally
he only came
gets
back
in
for
the
like
ring
10 minutes.
and only comes back for the hot tag.
Yeah.
It was good, no doubt about it, because when the hot tag was done, I feel that Shane could have made a bit more of a lunge at the hot tag. He just sort of went...
Yeah.
And I thought you should have died for the hot tag to make it a little bit more dramatic. It happened, the hot tag was done, Daniel got in, and obviously then that match really did take a turn.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I'd done that thing early with Daniel Bryan was just for people to go, oh crap, what's happened? Is he injured again, or is he just playing off? And it does make you think, and it kind of also hypes up a match in that way as well. Daniel Bryan actually did win the match for Shane, so that means Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn lose their jobs at SmackDown, and they had to find their way on Raw, didn't they?
Yes,
which we'll get
talk
into.
about.
Daniel Bryan actually won with a yes lock. We haven't seen that in a very long time. Great to see him use that move again, and I think he won't be far off a championship soon.
No, hopefully. Well, as we go on the SmackDown, we was talking about that happening, and then we had the Raw Women's Championship. That was really good because finally, Alexa Bliss has lost her belt.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, Ronda Rousey, do apologise. You could have let me carry on and just swapped it. Sorry, it was Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle. I think by this time we were both sort of dragging a little bit. Yeah, we had Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle versus Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. Soon as I saw Triple H on those motorbikes, I knew straight away that obviously there was going to be no American Badass because of the fact that we had Triple H. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. I've forgotten all about that one. So we had Ronda Rousey versus Kurt Angle. He comes out, Ronda comes out. They're all in the ring. Very good on Ronda's behalf. Brilliant debut. One of the biggest pay-per-views that WWE do. Grandest stage of them all, the daddy of them all, big massive crowd, and she did really work well. Definitely. She did do really well.
The thing that's really annoyed me though is that she still hasn't had a match on Raw.
No,
I think she could have had a match.
Could have brought in this week.
Someone versus Nia Jax, Banks, Bayley. Someone from the Riot Squad, someone like that, and it's a shame to see. But
another thing that got me a bit angry was like Stephanie. I know it's all storyline. I know it's all acting, but we had many a time we had actually Stephanie breaking free of a lot of Ronda's holds quite easily. It wasn't a heel move. She could have kicked her in the shins to break it, but there was times where she was actually physically breaking it. And I'm like, she's a UFC darling. Yeah. She's been in so many moves and so many holds that Stephanie McMahon wouldn't have got out of it. So yeah. But one we did forget, obviously, was John Cena. All through the card, we had John Cena sitting there going, moves. He must have been told every time you see the camera go on your face, look surprised at a wrestling move. The guys could have been shaking his hand, and he would have gone, oh. But it was quite fun.
I think at this time John Cena played kind of the WrestleMania host.
He was like the WrestleMania host, but without being told, yes, you're going to be the WrestleMania host. Yeah. But he sat in the with the fans. A ref came down, told him that he's going to. That the Undertaker was here.
Oh yeah.
And then he went running up to the ring. Super Cena runs up the ring.
Well, actually, no. He ran up the ramp and went into the back locker room to find him. He came running back down again
with his cloak.
With his gear on. And then he came down and he was ready for a fight. And then there was another ref that came charging down and told him that Undertaker wasn't here, and this was just to tease us.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, the legendary Dong
Walk with Elias.
Yeah. the dong went, and then out comes Elias with his stupid guitar, and his stupid gear, and his stupid hair, and his stupid beard, and his stupid everything. And Cena's just had enough. So Cena was like, do you know what? Why are you doing this? He left the ring, jumped back over the barricade, and finished off his beer. Only until Elias was chatting absolute rubbish about the whole New Orleans crowd. John Cena had enough of it. He came up and just pretty much squashed Elias, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then we thought, well, that's it. Undertaker isn't turning up. Maybe it's going to happen someday else. Maybe it's going to happen next WrestleMania. Maybe it's going to happen at SummerSlam. But no, it did happen. The dongs went for the second time, and thank God
the dongs.
It wasn't Elias. Out
Undertaker's
from the
dong.
Darkness comes Undertaker. It would have been funny if it was Alistair. That would have been really cool, actually. But yeah. Out from the dark comes the Undertaker, and wow, it's a shame it wasn't the American Badass, because that would have got people like going crazy. But you know, great to see it. And again, we had a lot of squash matches in this, and this was just a squash match. You know, Undertaker, to be fair, for the age he is, he looked really good in the ring.
2 hip replacements, and he was still running around like a headless chicken.
He looked really good.
They've said that at the greatest WrestleMania,
Royal
Rumble, they said that there's going to be possibly a casket match. So obviously that's going to be good. I think, did I hear it right saying it's Rusev? Is it Rusev that's taking on him? I can't remember now.
Well, that wouldn't make any sense. Why would Rusev just run? Wouldn't it be John Cena?
But yeah.
We've been talking about this casket match for a while, and we said, well, you said in particular, that it's not going to be that much work for the Undertaker. You know, he just needs to do a little bit of beating up John Cena, can do most of the work like he did at WrestleMania, and then he can just bury him, and that'll be easy. Or, you know, something called Buried Alive match, something easy. Which would go by like that.
Yeah, so after that we had the Raw Women's Champion, as I said. Like I say, it was Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax, and Nia Jax has officially got the belt, so that was good to see. It was what it was. Nia Jax, obviously, she's a big, strong woman. She was throwing Bliss around like a little rag doll. Obviously, Mickey James got knocked out straight away. That was good to see, because usually you either get the referee, send them to the back, or they just bug the hell out of people. But Nia jumped out, and first thing she did is absolutely dismantle Mickey James.
I mean, it works better when you have a character like that.
Oh yeah, cool.
Nia Jax, because you can do that. But this match was. I mean, everyone knew what was going to happen. Everyone knew Nia Jax was going to take it. That's why we both think she only came back for that reason. So good to see. Bliss finally loses that title. She's had it for a while now, and she kind of bored me with it. Yes, she's a good champion, but you know, when she's just out there running her mouth, it kind of gets a bit boring. I've wanted Nia Jax to hold the title for a very long time now, and that she hopefully will do.
So like I say, Nia Jax, her dream has come true. Leading on to the next one, the dream match.
Yes, the dream match. It was SmackDown's WWE Champion AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. And did you see Nakamura's intro? He actually had some musicians. WWE can actually afford to pay for some musicians.
and there was Pyro. Pyro.
Wow, I haven't seen Pyro on Raw or SmackDown in a very long time.
No. It was good because the actual. Did you hear the lead guitarist?
Yes, the lead guitarist was the person.
Alice Cooper's band. Obviously, Alice Cooper, like, sort of, is an old rock star. And it was Triple H's entrance that Alice. Or was it WrestleMania 2? I can't remember now, but.
Was it last year's WrestleMania that Alice Cooper's band did?
Probably.
Or something like that. But he was a guitarist, and he was the person playing the...
no, she was a woman.
Oh, it was a woman. She looked like a man. I'm quite sorry, Alice Cooper, if you're watching this, you know. But and then we had loads of violinists on the edge as well. Play this music. But let's actually get into the match. Can I just say this? I was a little bit disappointed with this match. I didn't think it lived up to the hype. I don't think the audience enjoyed it as much as they were supposed to.
It was the 11th match on the sort of 24-hour freaking WrestleMania weekend. It was hard. It was really difficult.
I mean, for the people over in America, it's probably even harder because they're uncomfortable sitting on those seats and sitting there for ages. It must be tough. But this match, it's funny because this is on the grandest stage in the world. You've got a title, but AJ Styles versus Finn Balor, that was just at a random TLC event during the year, and that created more buzz. You know, you had people go, "This is awesome." This match, it didn't start off like that.
I think the only thing that made it really awesome was obviously the heel turn that we got of Shinsuke Nakamura. That was good because, as we'll talk about later on in the week, we also got a time where Shinsuke now can like sort of be a bit more arrogant.
Yeah.
So when they come up to him and say, you know, "No, Shinsuke, what's happening?" He turned around on SmackDown and went, "No speak English."
Yeah,
and just walked away. So he can be this arrogant person.
Yeah,
now,
and that means
he's not going to do 4 hours of promo.
And that makes it easier for Nakamura when it comes to doing promos. You know, short, snappy sentences, and then he's out. And I think, because Nakamura is now a heel, you can have AJ Styles versus Nakamura again, and that's when you have the title. And I think
there'll be more heat on this as well.
Yeah, and I don't think he created buzz because it was a fan favourite versus a fan favourite, and WWE hate doing that. And I don't think the fans like seeing it as well. They want to see the good versus the bad, and the bad beat the good, or the good beat the bad. And I don't think that's why it kind of created that buzz that we wanted. But in the end, we both went for Nakamura, and obviously Nakamura did not win as he turned. And then that means AJ Styles retained the WWE Championship, and then he will go on fighting. And I reckon at the greatest Royal Rumble, he's going to face... I reckon he might face Nakamura again, but I think a backlash if... They've built it up enough. Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles.
Possibly.
Well, it depends where AJ Styles go, because obviously the superstar shake-up is...
But saying that, you do realise that Backlash is a brand...
Is it a double brand?
It's a double brand. So obviously that's why, because a lot of people were saying, are they getting away with this?
Yeah, I'm so confused now. Are they gonna keep the brands as they are, or are they gonna bring them together again?
No, they will keep it separate, but what they've done is Backlash now is a co-branded pay-per-view, because it's just after the shake-up.
Yeah.
Because you remember what happened last year? We had problems because obviously they did the shake-up, and then the next pay-per-view, it was like a SmackDown pay-per-view, and half of them had gone over to Raw, and half of them had gone over stayed at SmackDown.
Do you know what I think? I think the pay-per-views now should always be co, but they can still have their separate. I think it would be better.
Possibly.
I think it could be better. I always prefer the co's, because you have it from two sides. You don't always watch the same wrestlers. You know, you can have 3 matches from Raw, 3 matches from SmackDown, one woman match from Raw, 2, and then that'd be even better. But
so obviously we had the Raw tag team. We all thought it was going to be the Bar, and it was Braun Strowman came out. We were like sort of saying, who was Braun Strowman's going to be his partner? Who could it be?
So many people were like, Bobby Lashley was rumored.
There was loads of professional wrestlers in the crowd. There was 2 guys from Japan.
Yeah.
There was also another guy from America, because obviously what they do is the independent wrestling companies, they go over to where WrestleMania is going to be, and they do a Saturday and a Friday show to try and pull in an extra amount of people that would be obviously there to watch the WrestleMania. But no, Braun Strowman walked around and picked Nicholas.
Yeah, a 10-year-old.
A 10-year-old. No, I'm not knocking it. I'm knocking it in a way because they could have got somebody better. But
no one's better than Nicholas. Nicholas is already a Hall of Famer, I'd say.
Look, he's actually classed as an actual winner of that belt. Yeah. It's in the actual books. Yeah. That guy has a win streak.
That 10-year-old.
He's got a win.
That 10-year-old is undefeated at WrestleMania. Wow. Undefeated.
Wow. That's a dream come true, that is. That's like my dream. That's like going down for football fans as well. Okay, for people over in America, soccer fans. But football fans sitting there, and then like, you know, you just by the dugout, Steve Bruce turns around and goes, "We've got no goalie.
Yeah.
We need a goalie." Then they go, "You can be our goalie." That's that sort of dream.
Yeah. It was
crazy.
hilarious. I loved it.
It was brilliant.
It was so funny. When he came out and when Braun Strowman tagged him in, that got me hysterical. I love that.
I thought, because obviously it was set up. He was the son of a referee.
Yeah, he's John Cone's son. He's the one with, like, the spiked up black hair that refs on Raw.
I think they should have said to him, just go up to whoever was in. I think at the time it was Cesaro. Cesaro would have done it as well, because Cesaro's a fun guy. He loves being a bit of a crazy man. But have him go up, stand in front of Cesaro, stamp on his toe, run straight back.
Or stamp on his hand or something funny like that. Or, slap him around the face, something like that.
Or have him bend over at the time and smack his backside.
Or do something like that.
He just walks in, halfway into the ring, turns back and tags out,
Takes himself out, and then comes Braun Strowman. And then Braun Strowman just goes on an absolute wrecking path. And they actually win the match, which no one thought, but yeah.
No, I thought the Bar was going to retain, because there was rumours that the Bar was going to take on the
Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy,
But I think that's...
I think
that might happen, because obviously we've got the tournament now.
Yes, I think the OAP are going to win that. The Authors Pain, who did debut on Raw and possibly could win it, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, and then into the next one was it Universal one next, was it? Yes, it was. The Universal Championship.
Oh, do I have to sit here and listen to this?
Even the fans are getting pissed. And you know what? I don't think the fans are getting pissed off with Roman Reigns.
Or Brock Lesnar.
It's just the fact that
the fans get pissed off in the match.
It was boring as bollocks.
It was the main event of WrestleMania, the grandest stage of them all, and people fell asleep because of how boring.
Do you know why it is? You've got WWE. I know it was quite boring, but you've got AJ Styles, Nakamura.
Daniel Bryan's return.
You've got guys who can wrestle in that ring. Brock Lesnar, F5. Like a spear. Doesn't he do a spear as well?
Who? Brock Lesnar? No, that's Roman Reigns.
Doesn't he do another one? German suplex as well.
There was about 7 of them.
And that's it.
The match was
That's about it, isn't it? What else does he do? What else all the moves does he do?
Cuts open Roman Reigns. That was the best thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm so glad that happened.
There was rumours after that
Vince
got a little bit pissed off. We don't know what it was. We don't know if it was... There's rumours going around that it was a hard elbow that Brock was doing. It was also rumours that the German announce table, that spot where they went up there and threw him over, the German announcers didn't actually know that was happening.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of them got like, it was...
I think they got hurt in it, didn't they?
I think somebody got clouted by a rogue foot, but they didn't know anything about it, so they couldn't get prepared to like sort of jump back and get out of the way. Because obviously those spots, they tell them, your announce table is going to get
absolutely wrecked.
So prepared to, get ready to jump. Yeah. But obviously they were just sitting there, seeing them come over, and suddenly, boom, they're on the table.
That was like, jeez.
Yeah.
And so, but it was a very crap thought out match. It just didn't make any sense.
The only thing I will say about this is, yet again, the WWE have swerved us.
Yeah.
Because not only did Brock Lesnar retain the belt, but he also has signed another contract with the WWE. No rumours yet on how long this contract is.
Can't it be just a month?
Well,
a day?
Remember what I said to you last video? I said that he did this before. He said he was going to go to the UFC and he held the WWE to ransom. And I bet you £100 that he's done exactly the same thing. He's held them out and Vince is thinking he's the biggest thing. He's my boy.
No, he's not. Right, if I was Vince right now, I'd be sitting, and if Brock Lesnar was right across from me, I'd get the belt and throw it at his face first. And then I'd also say, listen, I reckon he's got this thing where he can only turn up for a specific amount of matches or specific amount of shows. Yeah. And that is just bull, because you've got every other wrestler that puts in 100%. As much as I don't like Roman Reigns' character, the guy he sold, he turns up for work, he turns up for work, he puts as much effort as he can into wrestling. Why, people would hate him if he was the face because of his character, but the guy, I'm sure, is probably a lovely guy. And Samoa Joe returned.
Yeah.
Let Samoa Joe win because I've said this for so long now. Samoa Joe as Raw champion would be fantastic.
Would
the
be.
matches you can have with Roman Reigns.
There's so many people you can easily get as a title.
Finn Balor and Samoa Joe, they've had matches in NXT, and some of those have been fantastic. AJ Styles, Samoa Joe.
The only thing I can think is Vince McMahon is thinking to himself. We talked about this as well. Vince McMahon is thinking to himself, if I've got Brock Lesnar, I've got the UFC crowd watching our product. You haven't.
The UFC ain't going to win.
You have not got, because UFC fans
are hardcore fans. Yes.
They like to see real fighting.
Yeah.
They like to see physical,
proper
punching.
arm bars and things like that. WWE, it's not like that. We all know WWE. Yeah, WWE's dangerous because you can get injured.
Yeah,
but it's not real headshots. No. They aren't really injuring the other wrestlers.
When they punch, it's more of a slap. They go like this and they go to their face.
Yeah.
We all know
it's more acting than anything.
It's sports entertainment.
Exactly. And UFC is not that. UFC is like we said, hardcore. Battling. There's actual blood.
Yeah.
And that's what UFC is. And Vince just has that idea, and he really needs to get it out of his head because definitely. I reckon if we went up to a proper hardcore UFC fan and said, "Would you ever watch WWE?" Straight out, no. They would say no. They would say, I don't like it, I think it's boring, I think it's crap and it's fake. Yeah. That's what they'd say.
And that was it. That was the end of WrestleMania 34. Quite, I think it was a good pay-per-view.
Right. But how many New Orleans out of 5 would you rate it?
I'd give it 4 New Orleans.
Out of 5 New Orleans, okay.
Out of 5 New Orleans. Because it was a good card. It was long. You saw a lot of good things happen. Obviously, Cedric winning.
Yeah, you had swerves.
You had like some of the girls from NXT being on there, chanting NXT. So you had Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. Come up as a tag team. So it was good. It was good. There was a couple of, it's a shame. We said, where do you think that Stephanie and Triple H, that would have been better at the end, I think. A hell of a lot better.
Very true.
They had to have Brock Lesnar at the end and
at the main event. Again, that pissed me off because when we were doing these predictions, I said it will get me really mad if that becomes the main event, because the main event is the person that wins the Royal Rumble match, and that was Nakamura, and that wasn't even the main event. The main event is presumably the last match of the show. Yeah, because
that was years ago. It used to be the right to main event WrestleMania in the title, and that wasn't it. But even Roman Reigns, as he says, nobody likes him, but at least he turns up for bloody work every week. Where was Brock Lesnar this Monday?
No idea.
But anyway, we'll get on to the Raw and SmackDown review in a later video. So, thank you very much for sticking around. We had a live stream on the Father and Son Facebook page. We had a couple of people chatting to us. If they're out there listening to the video, thank you very much. You remember their names, don't you?
Yep.
Go on in. Say their names.
I think it was Kian. So, shout out for you and laughing at us when we fell asleep. Thanks for that.
Yes, it was a long, very long day.
Yeah.
Very long night, very long morning, very long whatever.
Very long day, morning, night.
Yeah. Okay then, so thank you very much and we'll see you later.